camera that literally just flew off my table. I've been throwing cards on accident all over the ground as well. I just wanted to hop on here. I was doing a few shorts and I was noticing I was pulling on relationship. I really feel like we have some past life relationships that are trying to manifest themselves back into this space. So, pull a few cards on that and see what we got going. Start off with a number deck. I'm not going to be on here very long. Actually, before we do this, let's clear the energy. There's always a need to feel protected and to be protected. Archangel Michael, I call on you to guard the gates as I channel these messages. I call in the Lemurians. I've been heavy on my mind today. I thank you for the protection. I ask that you would also guard the ears of my listeners and protect their auric field as well. No weapons formed against us shall prosper, so mote it be. I have this feeling like I don't know what it is with the ground today. Maybe there's a sense or a need to be grounded, perhaps. So let's pull a number card and see what we got going on in here. It's just going to be a shorter message. I always say that and I end up on here for 2 hours. 0440. The gut feeling, intuition, betrayal, relating value, betrayal, pessimist, relating value, insight, increased perception, love, and monogamy. Follow your gut. It is more than just a feeling. Be real with people and focus on meaningful relationships. Remember, you also must bring value to the table. Treat others with respect, or else karma will bite your ass. 3 is a crowd. Ooh. Maybe somebody feels like they are being brought into a third party. I hope that that's not you. Listener, 1551. Hold your vision. Manifestation, abundance, money, dreams, vision, and prosperity. Focus on the good and maintain your concentration on the outcomes you desire. It's time to put your faith and time into your idea and pursue your goal with all your might. You have such a beautiful, courageous, and brave spirit. I think sometimes we all need a confirmation on moving forward from past circumstances. Can I get a frequency card? What are the frequencies that are supporting us at this time on our spiritual growth and quest, on this ascension? I keep hearing my guides say the Vatican, so that might mean something for somebody. Nothing is by accident. Frequencies supporting us in this transitional period spiritually, please. Frequencies. What frequencies are helping us to manifest this transition? Wow, things are just like all over the place today. Number 16, conception. When I look at this card, it looks like when you put oil and water, how they don't mix and the oil segregates itself away. It's almost like, and I'm just going to say this, conception. It also reminds me of like an embryo, but on one note, it's like certain things just don't go together anymore. They're like oil and water. Oil and water. The separation between the shadow and the light, the unawakened. The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin. The place where everything is in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. It almost looks like a contact lens too. I know it sounds a little silly, but maybe somebody lost their contact and like is having a hard time seeing, maybe has a migraine. Or maybe needs to look closer. It's like, put on your glasses. Something else flew over here on the Divine Master's book. Number 13, coherence. The frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for an optimal ability to create the reality that we are desiring. These cards are talking about manifestations. Hold Your Vision was 1551, and we're talking about looking closer. Are we aware of our thoughts and what we're feeling? Any more out of this deck? Not, I just want one. Just one card, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. I feel a little shaky today too, like a big burst of energy, like that's all around. Integration, number 30. The frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. Harmonizing the two. There's a need for both attributes. Without the shadow aspects of others or ourselves, we wouldn't become conscious aware from anything. And then at the same time, if it's all light, there's no growth. A need for duality. I also heard a dual. Let's get an Archangel card. Integration. A need to integrate. The good, the bad, the ugly is what I heard. What we're thinking. Maybe being thankful for the lessons that we're receiving. Archangels, Ascended Masters. Can I get an Archangel card that is working for the highest good of the collective? The King of Raphael. Warm, generous, honorable, refined. Yes, it is safe to trust. The ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. I feel like somebody has a need to go do something they haven't done in a long time. I see the water, and as he's coming through the water, it's like maybe somebody needs to be in water. As you were, he's sitting on a rock. There's a starfish inside of his cloak. But the water's brushing off the rock. That's really interesting. He looks like that guy off of Guardians of the Galaxy. The one that actually like drives the ship. Chris something. Maybe somebody's name is Chris. It's a frequency. Generous and honorable. Maybe you're going to find somebody that is generous and honorable in their intentions with you. He's carrying the trident. King of Raphael. Raphael is very healing energy. He removes and sucks out all the old energy. Number 10. The Wheel of Archangel Jermiel. New beginnings, end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. I heard the Wheel of Time. Yesterday I went to a legacy park here that we have, and they have one of these water spindles on there. I don't even really know what that you would call them. But they're, a lot of times they were used to move pumps and to move water, and yesterday it was shut down. They literally filled in the hole. I don't know if it was because kids were playing on it or what, but it's like, it's probably one of the older parts of this park. It's a really beautiful park, but it was shut down. For some reason, that's important. New beginnings, because it no longer was effective, perhaps. Or maybe in the times that we're in today, it doesn't fit. Kind of got goosebumps when I said that. What other archangels are working with us in this transitional period? That was quick. Number 4, the Emperor, Archangel Uriel. Suitability and efficiency. Taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. And she's sitting on a throne, and it looks like her staff that she's carrying, or he. We've been talking about electromagnetic pulses on my channel. And if you look at that staff, it's glowing like it's charged and ready to go. Ready to go. 2 purple, 1 green. Suitable and efficiency. Okay, well, let's get into that a little bit. Let's go here. I believe, man, this deck I got from my wonderful neighbor. She got two of them and gave me one. And it's something with the universe. I can't remember. Your potential self is infinite. Let's talk about this Emperor, Archangel Uriel. Stability and efficiency, taking charge of with ambitious plans. Well, what are we taking charge of and how are we doing that, I guess, is what I want to know. Action, just do it. If you think of it, just do it. Pull out the tarot. What is it that we're doing? What is it that we're Oh, the devil. Number 15. I hope we're not doing the devil. Addiction, depression, mental health issues, obsession, cheating, dependency, hopelessness, powerlessness, violence, assault, and sexuality. Taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. Maybe you're moving away from somebody that's in this energy. Just do it if you think of it. Action. Can you clarify the devil, please? Maybe you're being helped by Archangel Uriel to move away from this situation, whether it's yourself or others that you are entangled with. On the side of it, it says, I am not a puppet. I heard being led around by the short hairs. Having lots of options and choices, needing to make a decision. Procrastinating and falling into the illusions. The Seven of Cups. Options. Right now what I'm feeling, and then we also clarified the devil with the Ace of Swords. New ideas, new plans, intellect. Breakthroughs and ability to concentrate, vision, force, and focus. Realizing that you're not a puppet in whatever the scenario is. That's under coherence. The frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart and the mind. Maybe your mind's trying to play tricks on you because it said something about an illusion here. Breaking free from illusions. And this could actually be about illusions too, the Seven of Cups. Now I'm seeing dreams. Dreaming. Success and breakthrough. For some of you, this is going to be about breaking free from the spirit realm, like astral projection. Maybe you're getting attacked as you travel through astral realms. I'm not a puppet. Maybe creating illusions for others so that you can get away from that situation. Take the action. Just do it. Maybe somebody's telling you to just do it. Maybe you're tired of that. But we have clarity that's coming in next to the devil and the dreams. You're clear on what these illusions are. You're having a breakthrough, an ability to communicate, realizing the truth. Okay. All of a sudden my throat chakra is super tickly. New beginnings, end of delays. I feel like that this devil played into that in some scenario. If it's an energy, right? The fulcrum, the center point. Pay attention to the key points and key people and things. New beginnings. The fulcrum is the center. I heard the center of the universe. On that channel Unified I was talking to you about, cannot remember his name, but he was talking about how Israel, the dome of the temple, or the dome, basically, that's there, I can't think of it right now, it totally escaped my mind. The rock of the dome. That's actually considered the center of the universe when he starts talking about electromagnetic waves and using the pyramids to travel, and there's certain access points and stargates. this is taking a whole different turn. The center point. Israel, the rock of the dome, is the center of the universe. Nothing is by accident. Can I get another card to talk about that? Because that's what I like to talk about. Now we're more like along my... These are wanting to go on integration, potentiality, young and energetic with great energy. Talking about energy here. Dancing, dash for the objective. Is somebody doing something new with like electromagnetic field? Waves, pulsating? We talked about manifestation in the beginning. Maybe these thoughts are so powerful. And we talked about traveling through the astral realms, and I'm looking at these 3 pyramids I have on my table. Maybe somebody is actually accessing these integrated portals. Even if it's through their mind, they're traveling to these other access points. That's very interesting. I feel like I want to pull a card from the Starseed Oracle because they have a lot of things on portals in here. Wow, that shuffle like shut me down halfway. Maybe somebody is trying to access these points because you've awakened sacred knowledge within yourself, integrating the good with the bad. Sometimes, healing, we always are going to be healing, but maybe those of you are remembering and having this frequency of remembrance are starting to tap into some other things. It's like only you can see. The great serving, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Somebody traveling like to change something on a point in time and space? Is somebody trying to access the fulcrum? There's a potentiality. There's water running through this vast canyon. And there's like one shiny little right down here in the sand. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's like one shiny little glimmer of hope. What is this? Tell me about this energy. Fell on the animal deck. Your life is a canvas. Manifestation, creative accountability. Look, this person has literally opened up an entire portal. Entire portal of energy out in nature. Maybe somebody knows a place where there actually is portals and access points that I'm hearing ancient Egypt that can take you to a specific timeline in history. Like I was talking about the Northern Lights. I can never say that damn word. Aurora Borealis. I can't say it. I don't know why. But they were here last night and they were beautiful and I missed it and I didn't even know they were here. Maybe that, and I'm getting goosebumps on my leg. Maybe somebody's time traveling. I'm serious. We had the double rainbow yesterday evening. A huge portal. I posted part of the picture on one of my thumbnails on yesterday's live. I'll post some more pictures on my community page of this portal. I mean, it's absolutely, undeniably an energy shift. And we went over that in the read last night, my live. We're talking about the next awakening that's here. Part of me wants to say, I feel like there's not these lower vibrational deities, because this guy's black in this card. Okay, and I feel like somebody has found a fulcrum center point between this dark sky. This is like a different planet. That said Mars too, didn't it? It did. Like there's something from Mars trying to manifest here on Earth through a specific fulcrum point. And the energy of it feels shadowy. But we also read the card about integration. The frequency of integration supports our embrace of the everyday aspect, every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in the balance and the symphony of life. I guess you could say that these would be two Mars and Earth energy that would be balancing, right? Because it's just a perspective that we're holding. The fulcrum point is the center that actually is the truth. That could be something within. Somebody's accessing a very highly intellectual integration within the mind. I think somebody's actually opening up portals that they might not even realize or that they do. Can you give me a card? And I said I would pull one of these because it fell on there. The Swan, love. You have found your soulmate or they're just around the corner. Remember that when two souls are destined to be together, they always find their way back to each other. All those things you've had to go through were worth it. Man, the swans. We've talked about maybe somebody that's not even from here. Maybe somebody's time traveling and showing up on your timeline. I pulled 2 past love cards earlier. Can I just get a tarot card to go over the top of this energy? I heard shuffle. I want to make sure I'm on the right path. I want to confirm that this is also just my perspective. Well, what do you mean? 2 people found love through a portal? The thoughts, the manifestation. I don't read reversals. Transition and astute, honest, truthful. Queen of Swords. That's the truth. We've got the 6 of Swords. Moving forward. It's like somebody's got her kid and just her in this boat and is moving forward. Like in the night. A messenger. Moving on to calmer waters. Moving forward. The calm after the storm. You have found your soulmate or they are just around the corner. Your life is a canvas. Create. A transition. Transitional period. This is so interesting. So God's honest truth, I heard. The Page of Pentacles. Receiving something tangible. Can we go? I literally pulled the past life cards on one of my shorts just a second ago. I haven't posted them yet. Turns out people are finding my channel. 72% of them are finding it by my shorts. So I need to do more shorts, I guess, because my lives aren't getting out there. Though I have, doubled my channel within a month that I've been on here. I think today I have 182 subscribers within 30 days. So that's really cool. Thank you guys for loving and supporting my channel. I really do appreciate it. What's up, Wade? Hey, will you guys wait for 1 second? I'm literally going to go grab my laptop from inside my house real fast and set it right here so I don't have to lean forward because I cannot see that far. I'll be right back. Okay, I made it back. I don't know why relationships feel so significant at this point. Hi, kitty cat. What's up, Stitch? Let me find my lovely channel. Oh, look, I'm live. See if I can get these comments up here so I can actually interact with you guys. Whitney, I just love you, by the way. So much forward movement for me since listening to you in the past 2 weeks. Oh, wow. Thank you. I'm glad you made it to one of my lives in time. 3rd time is a charm, 333. See, Wade, I think you were talking to me about traveling before in another comment. And you said, I hope to see you in my dreams. That's one thing that I have not accomplished is astro traveling. Stitch, you gotta get out of here. I'm gonna close the door, because if not, I'm gonna have 50 kids coming out here. Okay, bye. Thanks for visiting. Man, it is nice today. It is going to be like close to 80 degrees. I feel like Spirit took me outside for a reason. I think that my perspective, in the beginning of my lives and when I first started my channel, I never would have done that because I'd been like, oh no, I don't want to leave them hanging, but now it feels like a family. I don't know, the way I'm looking at things are shifting. I want to talk about these energies. I feel like there's like this little glimmer of hope, like this person, she's like out manifesting something, opening, she knows exactly where this portal is on the top of this mountain. And it's like it literally takes her from this specific place and time, and then there's like this little shiny, it looks like it would just open there, and then it's on top of a little rock out in the desert. And for some reason, I feel like that is prevalent. And then we started talking about, yeah, that's the truth. Swan, this love. I keep feeling like I don't really read on, I mean, obviously like conscious love, but I don't read on situations like that because I don't ever want to misguide anybody, but at the same time, I also speak the truth of what I'm channeling. So if there's a message, I'm going to deliver it. But I don't like being one of those readers that's like, oh yeah, your ex, low vibrational, da 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 da, half of these, tarot readers you see on here. I don't like that. And a lot of them talk out of their ass and don't know, they don't channel, they read a card and then they're giving their perspective and opinion on what that means. And I don't like that low vibrational shit. I think that that is a good way that people who are new to tarot can actually be easily misled. You know what I mean? With intentionality. I don't like that. I don't want to read on that. What I like to read is about conscious evolution, but if love shows up in it, then it's for a reason. So I guess that's what we're here to talk about, because the swan, the love, they mate for life. I was watching a video on how flamingos actually find their mate too, and I don't know why I'm thinking about flamingos right now and how they end up turning pink, because I think they're originally white. I don't know, my son was just talking to me about this. Dude, you gotta be kidding me, and there's actually flamingos on this card, and I did not even realize that. Okay, so they're saying, yes, use this deck. All right, let's get into this. I guess what I really want to know is, this love is around the corner, so let's pull. You have found your soulmate, or they're just around the corner. Remember that when two souls are destined to be together, they always find their way back to each other. All those things you've had to go through are worth it. Love messages, their way back. You know, this might sound crazy, but it is. I often feel like we came to the past to change the future. I really do. I feel like that is like, think about the advanced civilizations and how advanced, and the masculine ego is basically women way back were rulers. They were empresses, they were wise. Women just rule different than men, and I'm not getting into a whole friggin' dispute on here. I'm talking about energetically. There's men that rule from a feminine aspect too. It's not from the alpha male. It's more of a sigma. It's more of femininity is in more of a nourished way of guiding, I would say, in my perspective. Nourishing the soul. The card that came out says balance. There's a need to be a healthy balance of physical, emotional, and spiritual intimacy for a relationship to be sustainable. Are these people like meeting up? Maybe not unconsciously, not even knowing, in the astral realm? In the 5D through the mind, because I feel like I want to pull this deck of cards and see if the telepathy comes out. Always find their way back to each other. Leave behind your fears. They are stopping this relationship from blossoming. Ooh. Maybe somebody's afraid, and I'm looking at afraid of the dark. Maybe you guys are literally polar opposites. We've got Mars and Earth here. We've got very fiery energy, and then we have a very grounded, I'm feeling Virgo. A very Virgo-y energy. Solar flare energy. Take care, Wade. Have a good rest of your day. I'm glad you got on here for a little bit. Balance. What else can you tell me about this situation? Animal deck. Free yourself. You don't need to be in control of everything for a love relationship to be successful. Oh, I actually felt my spirit was going to shuffle. I wasn't going to pull off the top, so follow my intuition. Tell me about leaving these fears behind. Tell me about these fears and freeing myself. That, the zebra, open-mindedness, and it went to the bottom of this deck. Find ways to fill your cup. Be self-full. Follow your heart and always trust your intuition. Go deep within, find your triggers, and address them one by one. Self-healing is the best healing. Only then can you offer the best version of yourself. Maybe this is just... Maybe there's a piece of your soul or spirit stuck over in Mars. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you having this Mars energy, which is a very fiery energy. I want to say Mars energy is Aries. Zebra came out, open-mindedness. There is more than one way of looking at things. You must be ready to accept alternative viewpoints and new ideas. You must open your eyes to new ideas and new ways of resolving problems. A contradiction between the shadow and the light, the perspective. Integrating these perspectives, finding balance to free yourself within this loving relationship. Leave your fears at the door. Honest and truthful communication creates this transitional period. Hold the vision. Maybe when fear's getting in the way, your manifestations are fluctuating, which is causing mass confusion. Bottom of the deck, I have unconditional love. The love between you and your person is eternal, forever, ever. It's a soul, right? Because souls are the only thing that are actually eternal. I loved you then, I loved you now, and I'll always love you. I feel like for some of you, you don't even know who this person is. I think you feel it. And for some of you, I feel like you're going to let go of something else. And the minute that you do that, you're not even going to be looking for anybody or anything. And it's literally just going to show up. It's like you told the universe, okay, you check the box. I picked self-love. Doesn't mean you leave this other person in a hateful, bad taste in your mouth, right? Because if people aren't willing to grow with us, then you can only hold space for them in this timeline. They have to choose to jump with you. Quantum leaping. I have an old picture of Thor over here, and he's actually like going through a portal. Galactic. The mighty. Marvel. What is this? The distance, the separation you are experiencing is necessary to help this relationship grow. Where do we go from here? Wow, that wanted to fold over on top of the truth, this transition. That's a maybe card. Moving on to calmer waters. Maybe you're, or maybe that is saying, trying to cover up the truth. Maybe somebody is trying to cover up the truth. Pretending like something's not as big of a deal as it really is. Hi, Essie. Thank you, Morgan. I appreciate that. Yeah, well, if I don't follow my intuition, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. The next time I turn around, I'm always met with choices. I feel it constantly, and I feel like deciding what piece, you know, there's parts of my life right now that are like completely, my life has turned upside down in the last week, 100%. I have some big choices that I have to make on a spiritual and a physical level. I have a lot of kids. This decision that I might have to make could affect my entire livelihood as I know it. But I also know that I have to do what's best for me. I can't get on here and share wisdom and knowledge and channel these messages. Like I said, I go back and I listen to my own readings. Because when I channel, sometimes I don't really... I'll remember bits and pieces. It's not like I'm numb to it. but it's just not, there's always something in it for me too. And the fact that it's coming out of my own mouth is like, wow, you know. Once again, my building just settled and it's, oh my gosh, outside a bunch of little tiny petals are flying towards my shed off of this tree. That's interesting. My tattoo says, be strong and courageous, Joshua 1:9. See how spirit works like that, even in my own situation. And I feel collectively that I'm not the only one that's going through this situation. But always having a need to look at myself. Like, I always want to make sure that as easy as it is to just say, fuck you, you don't resonate with me, or whatever your situation is, I don't want to come back and repay the karma for not being loving and forgiving and letting go the right way. I don't want to have to come back and relive this. Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to set my soul free from this earth, from having these certain incarnations and this karma and karmic relationships, whether it's within my family, in my personal relationships, in all aspects. My entire life has been a sum of learning. Now, I can't say anybody really has an easy life, but I've been hit with the most. And it's like, wow, this whole time my ass was getting kicked around by fucking spirit. It wasn't until I was 30 years old, and be 36 here on July 3rd, that I actually started to wake up at 30 years old. These last few years, like, have been the hardest years of my life, and trying to figure out, my grandmother was dying of stage 4 cancer, and I have 6 sisters, and my mom raised us as a single mom. I had, we all have different dads. I was jerked around the countryside. I've been to 13 different schools before I ever got in high school. There was always issues within the house, domestic violence with whoever, you know, the guy that my mom was dating at that time. And I grew up as a cowgirl, roping, riding. My grandparents passed away. We spent a lot of time with them. So when my grandmother went to pass, I normally, you know, my head was kind of in my ass at that time, and I was using drugs, and I didn't think I would make it. And for some reason, I made it all the way to Washington from Idaho, and made it. She was calling and asking if I was going to be there. And I thought that, you know, she really wanted to tell me something, because previous to that, she was telling me how I should work on my grammar so I can write books. And I was like, Grandma, I got a GED to join the military. Like, school's never my strong point. I'm such an empath. I had a hard time even focusing on anything outside of helping with my little sisters and just trying to do sports so that I didn't have to be around what was going on within the home. I'm not saying it was always bad, but there's a lot of trauma within that. So my whole life I've been learning self-respect and how to love myself, and it really wasn't until my grandmother was dying and I made it up there and I was holding her hand, and I remember I was so brave, and it was so weird, and I just told her, you know, Grandma, don't be afraid, and I was singing her, Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. And I talked to my medium. She's actually my spiritual mentor. We do visits twice a week, or twice a month, and she is a really great channeler, and having a conversation with her about, you know, it's just weird that I made it there. And as they started turning down my grandma's oxygen, she didn't look like her. She was all bloated. Her face, yeah, I mean, she just didn't look like my grandma. My grandma was always strong, tough. And as they started turning her oxygen down, my big sister, who we've been like arch nemesis my whole life. I mean, just we've beat the shit out of each other. She's always stronger than me. And, you know, I would do more of the underhanding bitch slapping and then run to my room and close my door as fast as I could, because I could never kick her ass. But that was like my grandma's daughter, you know, my oldest sister, because she moved out and went to live with her and chose my grandmother over my mom. So even at that time, I told my sister, Cody, come over here, you know, it's grandma's gonna go. And I knew it, and on a soul level, I knew it. And I never was good with death and stuff like that, never. But for some reason, I knew I made it here. And as they turned down her oxygen, I kept seeing the same numbers on her heart monitor, 111. They would fluctuate, 88, 77. And I was like, what the frick? You know, and I wasn't really thinking about it, but I was like, that's so weird. Every time I'd look away and then look up, it'd be the same number. And it would make a sound, and it kept like getting my attention at a certain sound, and I would start noticing numbers. Never in my life have I experienced numbers. Is how I started to wake up. And then as she actually let go, I told my sister, come hold my grandma's hand, and she finally came over there, and she's like, I don't want her to go. And I said, your grandma's power of attorney. You know, she said she don't want to suffer. This is just, we have to be here for her. So holding her hand, actually what my medium told me was what helped her have the energy to transition to the other side. And something my grandma left on me at that point, like she shows me how when soon as she sucked out of that sick, ill avatar that she had, she could see us both sitting there, you know, and our sorrow and our sadness, but her gratitude and, you know, going to her afterlife review with her guides and stuff. My grandma after that came to me in dreams. She was so young. She was in a beautiful dress, picking cherries. My grandfather that passed away before her was riding his lawnmower. They didn't speak. It's like we spoke of the mind, but never with the mouth. And they were both so young, like when I was a little girl. And later on, I learned that when you see people that are young again in their dreams, that's them visiting you, telling you, hey, I passed on, I'm good. I made it to the other side. You get to pick what you represent yourself as, your favorite time. She was in the most beautiful dress with pretty little cherries on it, and she had a little basket, and she was picking fruit off of the tree, and they were just happy. And that was the way that they came to me in my dream and just let me know. And then soon as my grandma passed away, on the ride home back to Idaho, I kept seeing the same numbers on my phone. Every time I turned my phone off and then pick it up, you know, your phone illuminates, it would be 333, it'd be the same numbers. And then finally after a week, I'm like, okay, that's so coincidental, okay? Because here I am still believing in coincidences. So unawakened, man, just so fucking unawakened by my own pain and trauma that I'd been through. That I had lost faith. I was told, you know, you can't be it all. You're a drug addict. You've done this. You'll never do great things. I always aspired and dreamt so big to do so many amazing things in my life. And every time I would speak of anything, it was shut down. Now I'm doing this, and you know what? I get sluff for it. You know, you're always out doing your damn thing, or your spiritual cards and your witchy woo woo, and what people's perspective of it is a projection of their self. You know, there's people that go to counseling and groups to go communicate. What we've created here together is a sacred space where we can all come together and find healing and share stories and know that there's healing in this, and it's just the universe showing up through a collective of energies that are literally on the exact same spot on the timeline. It's just, I mean, I have people on here from Ireland last night. I've had people from Africa come. It's absolutely amazing. And it just goes to show, like, tell me we're not all aligned to be right here, right now, having these conversations. I am living what you're talking about. I just moved my daughter and I across country. Very exciting things. A brand new start for all the right reasons. I resonate with your story so much. The numbers are what made me to wake up also. That's amazing. What's up, Wade? Thank you for coming back. Lightness, the hummingbird. It is time for you to pursue your dreams with determination by doing this. You will make them a reality. Joy is just around the corner. But you have to believe that it is possible to manifest your vision. Stop waiting and doubting. And I talked about in this conception card that it looked like an eye up here. It's like, hold your vision. And it's like every time you get to holding your vision, those lower vibrational energies like seep out of you. The part of you that's like, what? We can't move on. It's the ego, man. It's like, you really believe that shit? And we all have it. It's like, what if you totally fucking fail and everybody's gonna see that your stupid spiritual shit wasn't shit anyways? And it's like, why the fuck would we care about what that part of our ego is feeding us? Or why are we tapping into lower vibrational energy when we know we're freaking gods and goddesses? That the Christ consciousness is something that we attract to ourselves, we awaken up to. It's okay that we have a shadow side, but bitch, sit on the fucking back seat, because I'm driving this mother trucker right now. You no longer control my destiny. I'm here to drive the boat. You've spent enough time pushing and just flailing around in the middle of the fucking ocean in this little pontoon. Hell no. I'm upgrading. I'm getting the yacht because I'm trading in the pontoon. This pontoon might be the only thing that I have. But I know right around that corner, and it keeps talking about around a damn corner. I would not be surprised if literally somebody came around the corner and bumped into you and it's not the love of your life. Right around the corner. Maybe somebody lives around the corner that you really care about and that you like. Just saying. You never know. Abundance. Sometimes it's so easy just to get stalled up and stuck with that little tiny, that last little fucking aspect of that part of ego, because this world has been created. You know, that's why it's so important that we wake up, so we can break through the illusions that the previous us or our ancestors within, you know, have came and instilled fear in everybody. Nope, can't do that. You lose your house, you lose your kids, you'll be in a car, you won't have food. Look at fucking COVID. Toilet paper? Our one shot, if shit's going to hell and we fucking fought about toilet paper, the most simplest thing. Tell me that's not a test from the universe. It's like, come on. Dude, it's wiping your ass. If you can't share a fucking roll of toilet paper for somebody to wipe their ass too, then who the fuck are you? This is some of the people that we have in our energy, in our environment. These are the stuck ass souls that's why we can't ascend the entire fucking planet to a higher conscious evolution. They chose their path. They're choosing it. And some of us are stuck with these assholes because we don't have the balls or the guts to fucking move on. Because we either feel bad for them, we're financially bound in some way, it's scary, who knows what it is that's subconsciously, right? The subconscious remembers and holds on to everything that fucking holds us into this certain space and time, and it's like, no, I can't let you go. It's like, bitch, I'm leaving. My shit is packed. All you have to do, and the door's already open because it's a nice sunny day. Fucking lawns mowed, cars full of gas. All you gotta do is put your happy little ass in there and pick a fucking spot on the map. You cashed out your retirement, you got your IRR, you got a little bit of cushion for your pushing, you're good. You don't need people to move. You don't need people. You don't need others' approval. What you need is this. Your heart, your courage. Stop letting this subconscious programmed fucking computer board that they programmed from school to are not raised right parents that, you know, have their own unhealed aspects of themselves, which was projected onto us, which has kept us stuck. Now it's time for us to wake up. And if you have children, I'm glad that you're waking up, because now is the time for you to integrate and see where we've planted seeds for our own family. You be the person, be the ancestor that you are gonna, like we talked to our ancestors, right? Oh, hummity, hum, great granny, you know, Violet. Okay, well, she was the one that freaking had her shit on point. That's the one that's there for us now. Don't be like Aunt Bertha that fucking deteriorated her whole family and probably killed 2 of her husbands underneath the house. You know what I mean? Because she snapped. We're full. We've got options and choices. You know what I mean? Try to create a space that you want to come back into. That you're going to come back. Everybody's like, oh, hell no, I ain't coming back to this. Motherfucker, the minute we get to the other side, we're like, okay, put me back in the game. Now I see what I did because the veil's off. It's so short. It's such an illusion. It's not even that scary. Really, what do we have to lose? We've all been in worse spots, right or wrong. Have we not all been left for dead at some point or another? Thank you, Morgan. I appreciate that. It's just like, come on, man. And that's why I'm on this channel. Maybe so that we can give each other a little bit of a hype speech so that we can bring conscious awareness to one another. Your mind is an altar to source energy. That's spirit saying, there might have been a few cuss words in there, but that came straight from the eye of God. I'm serious. Sometimes they got to use people like us that, you know, bring it to the real so that we can start moving forward with some of these shenanigans. Like, hey, give her the message. She's going to say it. It's not always going to sound the prettiest, but sometimes, who even cares about that perspective of what it sounded like? Did you feel it? Did you catch that vibe? Damn lost for trying to break into my shed. Free yourself. Find the balance and unconditional love for yourself. When you love yourself, it's easy to love others. And even if they're unhealed, it's like, man, I'm just going to let you go. I mean, I love you. I hope you wake up. I hope you can find something within yourself that's worth living for, because everybody around you is miserable. You know, you make people miserable. It's walking on eggshells with you constantly. It's so unauthentic that being around people like that, it literally makes you feel sick and so irritated to where you drop down into a lower vibrational energy as they're siphoning your light. Right or wrong? My aura is a magnet to golden opportunity. I am protected by source. No matter what, whatever way you choose to move, just move forward. Don't sidestep. Don't do the little crab legs. I know if I got other Cancerians on here, we like to do that. We like to get in our shell and just bear down and move to the side, but we gotta move forward. Because you have everything you need right here. Your mind is an altar to source energy. You're so protected. Seize the golden opportunity that's right in front of you. Leave your fears behind. It's the best thing that we can really do for ourselves is actually test ourselves with a little bit of fear. Show us that I lovingly heart accept myself. The green. Forgiveness brings me freedom. Look at the chains break and the transformation with the butterflies right there. Maybe somebody has a really big need for forgiveness, to forgive themselves. Feeling fear is a call for love. That's all it is. I talk about that a lot on this channel, that I am supported on my path with the firefly or dragonfly. I talk about, boy, that just totally slipped my mind. Love and fear. They're the only two energies. Love, you can conquer all things. Fear can put us into greed, envy, jealousy, black mindset. Little bee, you want to go out? Because I don't want you to sting me. It ain't a little bee. It's a big ass wasp. There's 2 of them in here. I'll be your hype up friend, Morgan, without a doubt. Wait, I remember you from my live stream last night, absolutely. We had a good talk last night. If you guys didn't catch my live stream from last night, I cannot remember what the hell I labeled it. Possible past life in Atlantis. We were uncovering parts of the soul mission within there. Started off a little slow. Energy was like, I don't know, just trying to shift into it was a little bit crazy. I want to actually pull from my own deck and just kind of see the energies. Keep working hard. You can do this. Keep trying. Sometimes I'm my own hype guy. A lot of these cards that I wrote were literally, as I'm going through a transitional period, was for me to ask Spirit. That's how I got used to talking to Spirit, is I would have, if you go around this entire round table, it's just completely covered in decks. And my mom thought what I was doing was devil's work. So actually, I got pulled over in a car with somebody who had drugs on them, and they did not own the drugs. I ended up going to jail for it too, even though I'm a cowgirl. I had my pistol, my purse was already on my body. I was in a set of coveralls because I wear them all winter long. Like I said, I'm a contractor. I build houses. I like to be outside. My whole person, I had nothing on me but cigarettes at that time, and I didn't even know there was drugs in the car. And then I was already back talking to another police officer after my mom had called the cops on us, because she didn't like the friend that I had. Either way, I ended up going to jail for 5 days, got out, and my mom and my ex-husband, who's now my husband again, broke into my house, and she threw away every deck of cards that I have, every crystal that I had, and I got out and I had nothing. So I went to the dollar store, and these are the cards. I took a big ass whiteboard, and I took like a little makeshift. I had one card left that was still behind my dresser, and it was about this size, and I put it on the board, and I just drew templates, and I cut these cards out by hand with a pair of my kids' scissors. And this was about 1.5 years ago. So if you want to talk about forgiveness, I know about forgiving those. I have a relationship with my mom. They also took my, at the time, 8-month-old daughter, who's 2 now. I later on found out I was pregnant, and my ex-husband. It's been a long road. I know a lot about forgiving. I know a lot about letting go. I know a lot about transcending from the pain. But I'm also wise enough to know how I want to be treated. I know what's right, what's wrong, and what I deserve. And if I don't stand in my truth, the universe is going to pick for me anyways. So I'd rather have a courageous spirit and be wise enough and benevolent enough to make that decision for myself. Even if it is going to be a very hard one, I know that there's things waiting for me that I just can't, I don't have space for in my life right now. And It's not so much about being a YouTube star or any of that. I'm one of the most humble people when it comes to beauty's been a curse most of my life. Being pretty has gotten me in. My husband both of my husband's names are actually Daniel. The one I was married to for 13 years is my oldest 3 kids' dad. And the one I'm married to now. And they're both Leos. Like, you couldn't make this shit up. You fucking couldn't make it up. And it's really quite comical because the synchronicity in it is just, it's fucking unreal. But I spent a lot of time with a jealousy, not being able to be my own self. I had to dim my light so often in my life to be able to do anything that I loved because people would look at me or people thought I was beautiful or, and I'm a very nice, kind, outgoing person. I like to talk. I'm a Cancerian with triple Pisces. I've got a lot, very intuitive. I can pick up, I'm very susceptible to other people's energies, which in my naivety in my younger years got me used, abused, and fucking betrayed quite a bit. I was literally a fucking doormat and would cry about how bad people would treat me until I got mean. It was fuck everybody, you want to step on me, and I got pretty gangster. I'm not gonna lie. Then it was the complete opposite. Ain't nobody gonna talk to me or treat me like shit ever again. To the point of, and I'm serious, to the point of actual physical altercations. I didn't care. No man put their hands on me anymore. Nobody touched me. Nobody treated me like that. I was gonna stand in my truth. I'd get all the way up in your face on account of trying to pinpoint me for something, a projection. Well, I already knew, but that spirit loved that because it sucked me in. It dragged me right into the shadow. And I stayed awake. And then until my grandmother passed, and then, boy, let me tell you, letting go. She passed August 30th of 2020. Every day since that day 4 years now, has been groundbreaking. The amount of change that I have gone through is like what some people will go through an entire lifetime. And for me, being an addict, I'm addicted to spirituality. I'm addicted to Reiki. I'm addicted to finding the answers. I'm addicted to seeking the truth. I'm addicted to nature. I can't quit, spirit. I can't. If you're going to ask me to choose between you and my life purpose and soul path and seeking what that might look like, I'm picking me. Even if everything that I have in my life at this point goes away, that's my truth. Because I know Spirit's going to be there for me no matter what. And I'm saying this because maybe somebody else is feeling very similar about that aspect right now. I see you're going to watch last night's. I got a little bit through it, but I really found this new guy on YouTube. I'm actually getting ready to go out to a town called Prairie right now with my husband's ex-wife, who we used to be like arch nemesis, but now through transition we've become quite good friends, and turns out she's quite a bit older than me, but she's a wonderful person. We never got along because of my ex-husband would go, or my husband now would go, play the field and try to go between the two of us through certain aspects of his shadow. And either way, it's created a wonderful friendship. And her daughter that I've raised for like the last 5 years is a wonderful person. And I'm just so happy. Like, even if through it all, I got a friend out of this entire situation that I find myself in right now. I have a wonderful neighbor that I never got to know, who I absolutely love, like a soul sister. And it's just, dude, that's why I'm saying, like, no matter what shit you're going through, don't ever underestimate what you're going to get out of it and what you can pull from it, because it's astounding. What you thought you went in there for, you went into your room to go find your phone and you come out with 2 lollipops and a Q-tip in your ear. Shit, what was I doing, man? That's facts. But about last night, I found this new guy, and his name is called Cosmic Kin, K-I-N. And, boy, his voice is so settling, and I told you guys, like, I like to fall asleep and listen to stuff. This guy does pick a cards, and seriously, I have goosebumps on my legs right now. Everything that he literally talked about in his last few reads is everything. Prior to that, I literally did a live, got off my live, and went in there, and his newest video uploaded about a couple hours before, probably about the same time I was doing my read, he was getting his uploaded onto Facebook, or YouTube. Same shit. I'm talking about some of the most synchronistic stuff that we pull out. Talking about the hawk. Just, you guys know that stuff that we pick up on. The pyramids. Stars. Just like the same shit. Colors. Same channel. Exact same channeled messages that I'll have, he'll have. And I'm just like, wow, like, I love his channel. I'm always, giving him love. And I literally probably have like 23 listen hours on his channel because I love it that much. I don't know. So if you feel called to go back and listen to it, that's probably for a reason. I always listen to myself because it's like maybe the certain energy of the day hasn't shifted yet. So you're not like, it's not going to hit you until when you know is what I'm hearing. Samesies on forgiveness, family addiction, awakening late in life, etc. Thank you for being so amazing and authentic. The past 5 years have been so much growth. I'm a totally different person. Yeah, you're your true self, Morgan, and all that shit fades away. That's so interesting. That all of that wonderfulness was just underneath everybody's projections and the illusion that we've created or incarnated with around ourselves. Your rainbow was your sign for the enlightenment of others worldwide. Nothing is random. Thank you, Wade. It is a precious moment when you meet your own awareness. God wins. Oh, that's so deep, Wade. Nothing is random. I'm telling you, it's when you meet your own awareness. Man, that felt like a huge hug from Spirit when I read that, what you said. Thank you. The rainbow, right? The promise. Man. When I think about flooding, we think about a bunch of emotions. I don't know, I think there's such a stigmatism on men not crying or being emotional, and that shit's weak, and I think it's really hard when we fall into a pattern of being very loving and conditional in our interests and our ways of being with others. Intentionality is everything. What is our intention when we're communicating or conversating with other people? It means something. Everything you're doing is playing a role in affecting somebody else in their life, whether you know it or not. That's why they say, those that live by the sword die by the sword. And for some reason, lately out of the Bible, I've been thinking, like, I used to be a really big Christian, okay? I used to be really big, but every time I went to church, I felt like it was empty when I came home. I just wanted to do drugs. I felt I was not good enough for what God was looking for in the way the pastor spoke about it. I didn't feel like I would ever seize up to that because the books that they would talk about weren't about Christ's life, how he just says love and be there, and I just felt so unwhole and like I would never meet the mark when I was at church. Where I'm at now, and I'm not dogging anybody that goes to church, I received my gift of tongues and I don't go to church, I'm spiritual. They call it tongues, my light language. I awaken things. Religion can be a place where people can go and awaken too. It's just the perspective of which people use it as. There's corruption in everything and there's good in everything. It's just the path that we're choosing to take. So when we're intentional with the space that we're holding for others, this channel that I'm speaking on, I don't ever want to mislead. I talk to my Reiki master and to my... Everybody needs a mentor. Everybody needs somebody to check into, and you do the work. You open up and unlock secrets in your DNA and in your cellular system. And there's just certain things that you go through will trigger certain awakenings within you. And I hate to say this, but 90% of the time that comes from pain. It does. It comes from heartache. It comes from pain. It comes from having, because that's the only thing that makes us seek within. Why did this happen? Then we start actually asking the questions, right? Oh, my phone's on 5%. It is 1:46. See you soon, Wade. Alright, guys, I'm gonna get a loving message from the universe before my phone dies. My boy's in here. Come here. This is my son, Danny Cash. He is a big old 9. Okay, Mama's gonna finish this. Okay. My kids are my world. I have a lot of them, but they are mine. You hold a very pure heart and have a bright aura that's unmatched. my ores magnetic to golden opportunity. I want to leave on that good note. I'm going to upload a few shorts. If you guys feel like sharing my videos to anybody else you know who could use them, that'd be awesome. I'm trying to grow the channel. If you guys ever feel like donating to the channel, it's not necessary, but if you do, my Cash App is in the description box. I also do personal readings where I could make you a personal video, or we could find a way to go live and interact in that way, which I'm pretty sure I could just start a Facebook page and we could do it that way. I haven't even figured out what that is yet because I haven't had any requests, but I love you guys. I'm going to go out and spend time with my kids and go actually find a really cool place I've never been to and literally go explore some cool stuff. So I'll take pictures and upload them for you guys. Numbers to be on the lookout for. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good luck, spirit guides, progress, justice, structure, systems, process, conditioning, and rules. You are on the right track. Someone from the other side has your back and encourages you to try your best. You will succeed. Observe your surroundings and communicate clearly. Be sure that everything will fall right into the proper pieces. All right. Thank you, guys. I'm out of here. Morgan, thank you for joining. I really appreciate that. He is a handsome little boy. I will have fun. I probably won't be back on for a live later, but then again, I might. So it just depends on how the day goes. I got a cranky little baby that's getting her second big tooth, so she is cranky. The one time she's asleep, my phone's dying. That's about how it goes. All right, guys. Take care. Like, subscribe, share. Help a girl grow. Thank you. Danny Cash says bye.